Hello students, welcome in today's lecture. We are discussing our topic enhancement of food production, and in that in our previous lecture we have started the point, and that is the microbes in energy generation. In this we have seen that there are various types of microbes by the process of fermentation carried out the production of the gas that is called as the biogas. So here the government of India is encouraging the people, particularly in the rural area, for installation of this biogas plant, because the gas which is produced by this biogas plant is used for the domestic as well as for the industrial level. Okay, so a number of small scale industry can be run with the help of this biogas. This gas is also used for the home or for different purposes of the home. So it is an important source for the domestic as well as the industrial fuel. We have also seen that this gas which is produced by the fermentation process of the microbes, it is a mixture of not only a single gas but it is a mixture of the various types of gases, and those gases are the methane. Major gas is the methane. Okay, then carbon dioxide, H2S, and there will be other gases in very trace amount. So the important question is that which gases are produced during the microbial fermentation. So name of these gases are the methane, which is a major gas, CH4, then CO2, H2S, and there will be a formation of the other gases, but they are in very trace amount. This biogas, which is particularly mixture of the various types of the gases, is very inflammable, and it is used as a main source of the fuel. Inflammable means jwalanshil. Okay, and it is used for the different purposes. We have also seen that the waste matter which is particularly used for this biogas production includes plant wastage, animal wastage, domestic wastage, agricultural wastage, forestry wastage, municipal wastage. So all the waste matter that is not useful to the human being, that is carried out in this biogas plant, and there will be formation of this gas. Okay, which is, we call it as a useful for domestic as well as industrial purpose. But the main raw material which is used for this biogas production, and that is nothing but the cattle dung. It is cattle dung, because we have seen that in the cattle dung the important source is of the cellulose. This cellulose, which is the important component of the cell wall of the plant, is majoritarily found in this cattle dung, and such cattle dung is particularly used as a raw material for the production of this biogas. Okay, now we will see how particularly this biogas works, or which models are mainly given for this biogas production, which type of processes carried out in this biogas production. Before that, we have to see the rough diagram of this biogas plant, then you can understand easily the different parts of this biogas plant. So here we will discuss first the biogas which is particularly found in the rural area. Okay, from our textbook we will draw the rough diagram for this biogas. Here there will be one digester is there. Okay, the structure of the biogas is called as the digester. Here above this digester there is the gas holder. So this is the digester. Above it there will be another container that is called as the gas holder, in which gas will be collected. Okay, from this gas holder there will be one pipe which supplies gases to the sources. For example, you can observe here, this is the biogas, okay, like CH4, CO2 gases will be there. This one is the digester. This is gas holder or gas tank. From this digester, at one side there is a sludge, which is called as the sludge. Here one another pipe is connected to this digester, and this pipe carries the slurry. Here the name of this is the dung water. Here the name is given as charge pit. This is called as the charge pit. Gas holder, sludge, digester. Okay, so students, see here, one thing is important, that today the environment is not clear, so the lecture that I am going to conduct here is having no so much light. So try to understand for this lecture only, because there is an environment is very cloudy one. And see here, we are discussing the microbes in energy production, and this is the diagram of the biogas plant. Important thing is that if the question is asked for the theory, that is draw a diagram of biogas plant, then you have to draw this simple diagram for the biogas plant. What this diagram explains? See here, before going to discuss in detail the processes of the biogas formation, we will study the diagram first. So it is a main container, okay, which is given as the name digester. In that container, the microbial activities is carried out. In this container, which we call as a digester, the different raw material like plant waste, animal waste is poured in this digester. Okay, so microbial activity on that raw material is carried out in the digester. After the completion of the microbial activity, the gases which are produced like the methane, CO2, H2S and other gases will be collected in this gas holder, which is placed above the digester, okay. So here the cylindrical structure which is immediately present above the digester is called as the gas holder. And see here, from the gas holder one pipe is given out. This pipe carries that gases, or this pipe is connected to various sources like the gas segre or any plug where it carries the gases particular to that sources. Okay, now two another containers are connected to this digester. One is called as the dung water, and here we have given the name charge pit. This is the charge pit, and this is pour in it dung water. What is mean by charge pit? Charge pit is the structure which contain the dung water. Dung water means the cattle dung and the water is mixed in proportion, and they makes the slurry, and that slurry is called a dung water. And through this charge pit, this is the container's name is charge pit. Through this charge pit, that dung water gets supplied to this digester. Okay, so here the dung water is there which gets supplied to this digester. When this dung water comes in digester, microbial activity carries out the digestion of the dung water and immediately produces gases which is get collected in the gas holder, and from that gas holder the gases are released outside. Then here another container which is connected to the digester, and that is called as a sludge. Sludge means after digestion of the dung water or after digestion of the raw material, whatever content left, that is called as the sludge. म्हणजे पूर्ण डायजेशन प्रोसेस झाल्यानंतर जे काही माग राहतंय वेस्ट मॅटर, अनडायजेस्टेड मॅटर, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज स्लज. दिस स्लज अगेन यूज ॲज अ बायो फर्टिलायझर. हा स्लज जो राहिलेला आहे इथं की त्याचा काही उपयोग नाही आहे, असं स्लज आपल्याला परत शेतामध्ये खत म्हणून वापरता आलेलं पाहायला मिळतं. आणि या पद्धतीनं आपल्याला ही बायोगॅस प्लांटची डायग्राम लक्षात ठेवायची आहे. आता आपण या बायोगॅस प्लांटचं डिस्क्रिप्शन बघणार आहोत. त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला काय महत्त्वाचं पॉईंट लक्षात ठेवायचे आहेत, कुठली महत्त्वाच्या स्टेप्स लक्षात ठेवायचे आहेत ते आता आपण या ठिकाणी डिस्कस करणार आहोत. सो स्टुडंट, यू हॅव टू प्रॅक्टिस दिस डायग्राम फॉर theory exam. Now here we will see the two important models are used for this biogas production. Two important models are used for this biogas production, and those are KVIC and NARI. What is mean by KVIC? KVIC means Khadi and Village Industrial Commission. Okay, Khadi and Village Industrial Commission. And NAR means, sorry, IARI means Agriculture Indian Agriculture Research Institute. Okay, so this KVIC and IAR, these are the two models which are mainly used for this biogas plant. And the meaning of KVIC is Khadi and Village Industrial Commission, and IAR means Indian Agriculture Research Institute. These both are used as a model for biogas plant. This means that is, this KVIC propose a model for biogas plant that can be used by the various farmers in their areas, or this IAR, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, also proposes some models that can be also used by the various people for this biogas plant. Meaning of this is that these two use different models for the biogas plant. Now in detail we will explain how this biogas plant works. Just now we have seen the diagram of this biogas plant, and in that we have seen that this biogas plant has the important part, and that is the digester. Okay, digester, that means we have just seen that it is a large container which is partly buried in a soil, means half part of the digester is buried in the soil, half part get exposed. This digester is mainly made up of the concrete, bricks, cement or steel. It is made up of concrete bricks, means विटाने तयार केलं असते. ते विटा घातल्यानंतर त्याच्यात सिमेंट घालतात, or there will be application of the steel, म्हणजे विटा सिमेंट किंवा स्टील न ते तुम्हाला तयार झालेले पाहायला मिळतं. It is partly buried in the soil, and in this digester there will be processes of the microbial fermentation is carried out. But next to it, this digester has two connections. Digester has two connections. One connection is called as charge pit, and another is called as sludge. Okay, you can see again diagram. Charge pit means it is a container through which the cow dung or the cattle dung in the form of watery part, that is called as slurry, म्हणजे पाण्यामध्ये cattle dung mix केल्यानंतर जे काही मिश्रण तयार होतं, that is called as slurry. So that slurry is prepared in this charge pit and it is gets supplied to this digester. So in the diagram we have seen that charge pit get connected to the digester. Then sludge. Sludge means after completion of the processing of that fermentation of the microbial activity, the part which is remain, that is called as sludge, which is not useful for the production of the further biogas. So it is removed from that plant and it is supplied as a fertilizer to the field. Okay, here this important thing is about the digester. Just we have seen that above the digester there is a cylindrical gas holder is there, okay, which mainly collect different gases and which is placed immediately above the digester. So digesters, in the digester, the different microbes are there which produces the gases, and that gases get collected in this gas holder, and this gas holder has one of the connection through which these different gases gets provided to the related sources. Okay, so this is about the importance of biogas plant. What are the important things from this? That is, you have to remember the two models of the biogas plant, KVIC and IAR. You have to also remember the full form of KVIC and the IAR. Then here you have to remember that what is meant by digester, which connections get connected to this digester, what is meant by sludge, what is meant by charge feed, what is meant by gas holder. These are the important things for the theory point of view. Now here we will see that there are some microbes which are called as anaerobic microbes. These are anaerobic microbes which carry out the process of biogas formation or which generate the energy. So what is meant by anaerobic respiration? Because in 11th standard we have seen that respiration are of two types, aerobic and anaerobic. The microbes which carry out the respiration without use of oxygen, that is called as anaerobic respiration. And here the microbes which are involved in this process are anaerobic. They do not use oxygen, and these anaerobic microbes carry out the process of the energy generation. So it is very important that if the question is asked that which organisms or which microorganisms carry out the process of the biogas formation, then you have to remember that it is the anaerobic microbes. It is the anaerobic microbes. So here we will discuss, that is, how the different processes carried out for this biogas production. So important thing is that there is a role of anaerobic microbes. Then question may be asked that dot microbes are involved in the production of the energy or for production of the biogas. So Clostridium, Pseudomonas, Methanophilus, Methanococcus. So there are various types of bacteria. Facultative anaerobic, obligate anaerobic, acidogenic bacteria are responsible for formation of this energy through the microbial fermentation. So there are three steps, and those are, the first one is called as hydrolysis or solubilization. Second one is called as acidogenesis, and third one is called as methanogenesis. Okay, so these are the three steps through which we can form the energy through this microbial fermentation. So we will study step by step, but you should know that is the three sequential steps which are involved in the biogas production, and those are the hydrolysis, or it is also called as solubilization. Second one is called as acidogenesis, and third one is called as the methanogenesis. So we will study first type, that is called as the hydrolysis. What do you mean by hydrolysis? In this process, the content which is added in the digester, that means first what happened in the process of hydrolysis, the raw material that is called as a cattle dung is mixed with the water in a proper proportion, okay, and that makes the slurry. After adding the water in the cattle dung, there will be formation of slurry. This slurry get poured in the charge pit, and through this charge pit, that slurry or the cattle dung plus water is provided to the digester. Okay, and inside the digester there will be first process which is called as a hydrolysis, is carried out with the help of some anaerobic hydrolytic bacteria or hydrolytic microorganism, and name of that microbes are called as Clostridium and Pseudomonas. So Clostridium and Pseudomonas, these are the anaerobic hydrolytic organism which carries out the conversion of, or which carries out the hydrolysis of the carbohydrates into the simple sugar. Carbohydrates into the simple sugar, proteins into the amino acids, and the lipids into the fatty acids. So the raw material which is present in that digester gets converted with the help of this Clostridium and Pseudomonas. Like if carbohydrates are there, it will be converted into the simple sugar. If the proteins are there, it will be converted into amino acids. If the lipids are there, it will be converted into the fatty acid. And first step is the hydrolysis, which is carried out in that digester. Now the second step which is involved here, that is called as the acidogenesis. That is the acidogenesis. That means here the role of microbes is there. Acidogenesis means these microbes produce particularly some kind of acids that are called as acidogenesis bacteria, or process is called as acidogenesis. Then which microorganisms are involved here? Here the role of anaerobic facultative microbes. There will be role of acidogenic microbes, and there will be role of obligate anaerobics. Okay, facultative anaerobic or microorganisms, acidogenic microorganisms, and obligate anaerobic microorganisms are particularly involved for the production of the steps that is called as acidogenesis. Then what do you mean by facultative? You should know the meaning of these facultative microbes. Facultative microbes are those microbes which can produce the ATP, with the help of the oxygen. But if oxygen is not available, they can undergo the process of fermentation and then they produce the ATP. So facultative microbes can work in both aerobic as well as in anaerobic condition. While the obligate means they can live only in absence of oxygen. If oxygen get provided to it, they can be killed. So obligate microbes are microbes which can survive without the oxygen, or they can present in the environment which has a lack of oxygen. If oxygen is provided, they can be killed. But here facultative microbes can work both in oxygen presence or in absence of the oxygen. And the acidogenic means they can produce a particular type of the acid. So in this process, the various types of the acids, like the formic acid, acetic acid, H2 and CO2 will be produced. So in the second step, which is called as acidogenesis, there will be role of facultative, obligate, and the acidogenic microorganisms will be there. This is point important that you have to remember. And there will be formation of which type of acid? Formic acid, acetic acid, H2, and the CO2 will be produced. So this is the second step, that is called as the acidogenesis. Now the third step, that is called as the methanogenesis. That is called as the methanogenesis. Why it is called as methanogenesis? Because the main gas, that is methane, is produced in this step. Why it is called as acidogenesis? Because these microbes are capable of production of particular type of acid, which are nothing but the formic acid, acetic acid. So according to which product they produce, the name is given there. And the third type is the methanogenesis. Here, in this third type, methanogenesis, there will be last of formation of the gas like the methane. But methanogenesis process includes the example like Methanococcus, Methanophilus microorganisms. Okay, so the important microbe that we have to remember under this step methanogenesis is the Methanococcus and the Methanophilus. Now here, which process is carried out in this methanogenesis? Here we have to remember the different reactions, but keep in mind that what will be happen here, that is this methano converts the acetate, H2 and CO2 into methane, CO2, H2O and other products. Okay, so what happened here? In the last step, the acetate, that means acetic acid, H2 and CO2, which are particularly produced in the second step, that is called as the acidogenesis. Acetate, that is acetic acid, H2 and CO2, which is produced in the second step, and the name of that step is called as the acidogenesis. That product gets converted into the methane, CO2, H2O and the other products. So main gas which is produced is called as the methane, which is the important gas for the energy generation, will be produced in the third step, and that is called as the methanogenesis. Here the Methanococcus and Methanophilus bacteria are very important in this process. So here we have seen that the third step, so sequential steps for the biogas productions are hydrolysis, acidogenesis, and the last step is called as the methanogenesis. Some important reactions are given in our textbook for these three steps, and those are these reactions which are given here in our textbook. It includes the first reaction is given, that is the 12 molecules of acetic acid CH3COOH gets converted into the 12 molecules of methane and 12 molecules of CO2. So this is acetic acid and this is the methane. Second step is given that 4 molecules of formic acid. 4 molecules of formic acid gets converted into the methane, CH4, plus 3 molecules of CO2 and 2 molecules of H2O. Then CO2 plus 4 molecules of H2 form CH4 plus twice H2O. So here these are the reactions which are given in our textbook, that is this is the acetic acid which has the 12 molecules gets converted in the digester into these 12 molecules of the methane and 12 molecules of carbon dioxide. Here there are 4 molecules of formic acid which gets converted into digester in the methane, CO2 and the H2O. Again CO2 which is also present in that raw material and H2 molecule which are the 4-1. Here the formic acid which is of the 4 molecule in the digester gets converted into methane, CO2 and the H2O. Here in that raw material CO2 will be there, CO2 and 4H2 gets converted into again methane and in the water molecule. So see here, these are the reactions which are particularly carried out in the digester, So here the processes which are called as anaerobic processes in the digester is carried out, and in our previous lecture, we have also seen the significance of this biogas. Okay, that will be repeat here. That is which significance we have seen. The significance of it included, that we revise theoretically or orally. See here we have seen that we have seen it very easily, but significance of these microbes for the biogas production, or the significance of particular biogas, is that it is the gas which can be stored, it can be transported, it is a cheap source, it is a non-conventional renewable source. Meaning of non-conventional and the renewable source, we have seen that it is can be repeated the process, it cannot be existed, it cannot be stopped at all, it is continuously regenerated. So it is non-conventional renewable source, it can be stored, transported, it can be generated. It burns with blue flame without smoke. It can be used in the house for cooking, for street lighting. It can also used for the home lighting. It can be also used for small scale industries. It improves our sanitization. So it is good for the ecological condition. So it is eco-friendly. It cannot has too much cost. It improves our environment because it removes all the waste matter from our surrounding. So these are some of the important parts of this biogas. Okay, so here which points are important for theory point of view? The diagram of the biogas is very important. Then the 3 steps, that is hydrolysis, acidogenesis and methanogenesis, are very important. For one sentence question, the name of organism, like which microbes are involved in the hydrolysis process of the biogas, then you have to remember Clostridium and Pseudomonas. The name of microbes which are involved in the process of methanogenesis, and those microbes are Methanococcus and Methanophilus. Those are important. The significance of this biogas is always asked for theory for 2 marks. So you have to remember all the significance of this biogas production. So it is very easy content from this enhancement for food production, that is the microbes in the energy generation. Okay, so next part, in today's lecture we have seen only this much part, that is microbes in energy generation. So next part, that is the sewage treatment, we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you very much.